So in this video we're going to be checking out a couple of these 3D printed micro frames here from R3D Shifters. They're kind of a new company. Haven't heard of them until recently. And these are 3D printed frames, but it's a special kind of filament. It's a carbon fiber infused nylon filament. So it's supposed to give it extra strength and durability, of course, because you know, these frames are going to be crashing and taking a lot of abuse, and these feel fairly strong to me. So we have a couple of frames here. They actually have several more frames on their website, so check the link down in the description if you want to check out some of their other frames for brushed motors and some sort of whip type frames. These are kind of more interesting, more, I guess, for the brushless crowd here. We have here on the left the R3D Whip Ion, and on the right here is the R3D Carbon. This is the 2.5-inch version. This does also come in a 2-inch version and one with prop guards. So you can see here it comes with the 9mm hole pattern for these motors. So you're probably looking at like an 11.0x size type of motor here for this type of build with 2.5-inch props. And yeah, it's an X-style frame. I use a Caddx EOS camera here in the front, or some other 14mm camera that's built in here. Now you can use either, it looks like a couple options. Let's see here. It looks like only one option for this one. 16 by 16 stack for your electronics, and there's a M2 screw that goes through the bottom to the top here, and you're going to put your electronics inside there, and of course you're mounting your motors and props on the outside. There's a nice TPU printed battery strap here on the bottom. Looks like that's secured down there on the screws, and it is very flexible. And it looks like you have these different notches here, so you can accommodate different battery sizes for this one here. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm not sure what I'm going to be putting this into this one here, but yeah, there's a lot of different possibilities. For this one, I may use the new Newbie Drone Hive 16 stack, and this one's a 16 by 16 stack. So not sure yet what we're going to go in here, but yeah, this one looks like it's going to be pretty strong and durable and fairly fast. I'll come back to this here in a second. The other one here, very light. You can see here, this is the Whip Ion frame. It is meant for the like 0802, 0803 motors with a I think it's a 7 or 8mm hole pattern for these small, tiny micro brushless motors, and 65mm props. And this one here, you can either do the standard Whoop flight controller in that sort of 45-degree angled mount, or you can go with the 16 by 16 stack. So you have two options here in this one. Again, carbon fiber infused nylon filament. It does have a little bit of flex here, but it is pretty light. You can see it's really thin. I'll give you weight measurements here on both in a second. It does come with this little canopy here and the camera mounts here in the front. This is going to be for your microcams. This part here is TPU printed, so it's flexible. So this will stretch to secure your various cameras, and it's on a small hinge here with a little metal M2 screw, it looks like, and it is adjustable. So you can get a 15-degree camera tilt or up to a 90-degree camera tilt if you want to get that much camera tilt. But something like this is going to be pretty good for your like Mobula 7 beta FPV conversions. Like I'm going to convert the Beta 75 Pro 2, that's on the single all-in-one board, and the 0802 motors, and I'm going to use obviously the 65mm props, and that can do 1S or 2S. And speaking of batteries, it has a nice interesting battery mount system on this one as well. This is TPU printed, and this does, you know, as you can see, it is flexible, so it'll stretch. So it should accommodate a wide variety of batteries down in here, either sideways or normal way if you want to mount it that way. So yeah, this is a really interesting looking frame. This one I think I'm gonna do a build on this one first because it's pretty easy. I've already torn down my 75 Pro 2, so you really just have to take it off the frame, mount the motors, the flight controller, and then just, I don't think there's gonna be any soldering involved, and just mount the camera. So that'll be in a future video. I'll just do a little quick conversion and show you some flight footage. This is just a frame review video for this one. And let's give you some measurements here. Alright, this is the Whoop Ion. It looks like it's about 103 millimeters motor to motor. It's about 73 millimeters front to back and side to side. It's a True X frame. And this is the R3D carbon frame, and it looks like it's just under 120 millimeters, like about 118, 19 millimeters motor to motor, and looking about 85 millimeters front to back. Okay, so here's the weight measurement of the R3D carbon 2.5 inch frame. And this one's coming in at just over 20 grams, 20.3 grams. Now there are these, they also included and threw in these little legs here that go on the ends of the arms, so that's going to add a little extra weight. If you like to use this, I'll just throw them on here as well. And I'll throw in like another 3 grams or so. But yeah, those are optional. You don't have to use those if you don't want to. And the Whoop Ion frame, this little conversion frame, is wow, it's only 5.5 grams. Actually lighter than I thought it was going to be. So yeah, this doesn't weigh a whole lot, which is why it's kind of flexy. But it does feel pretty strong, considering it is 3D printed and it's that carbon fiber infused filament, so it ought to hold up pretty well in crashes. Yeah, I'll have a quick build conversion video on this one. This one should be really easy to do in the near future on the 75 Pro 2. So stay tuned for that video. And that's what it's going to do it for this video. If you guys have any questions about this, let me know. I'll put links to this and the other products as well that they have on their site down below in the description. Check out their website. They do have more than just these 2 frames, and I think they're going to have more frames coming there. Some interesting designs, and I believe they even have a frame for HD video, like a Caddx turtle, coming up, but I'm not sure if that's out yet or not, but I've heard that's coming. Anyway, it's going to do it for this video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.